All right, so what we're talking about today is something that just came out. I'm pretty excited about it. It's this new thing in the finals. Now, we saw some new destruction updates. I believe it was a couple weeks ago, highlighting the new destruction and the capabilities of the new destruction and how more dynamic it is and free flowing. But apparently there's this new destruction mechanic that just came to the finals. It's called Smooth Destruction. And what Smooth Destruction specifically highlights is basically destruction when it comes into contact with other objects that are also able to be destroyed. So now, when a crane falls, for example, that crane, depending on the velocity of that crane falling, on the angle of that crane falling, we'll be able to see dynamic destruction to a building, for example, that crane falls on. Previously, the crane would just bounce off it and not really do much, but now we're seeing a whole new type of destruction come into play with the finals in terms of this dynamic movement. I mean, it basically enhances the game's already dynamic destruction mechanics, making collapsing structures more realistic. And let's be real, it's visually immersive. First time I played this, I swear the destructive materials were just glossier. I don't know if it's just me, but they felt like they were glossier and they had so much more graphical fidelity to them. Again, that's probably just me and my bias and my weird ass whatever, but I swear they were crazier. It basically ensures that buildings and other structures crumble in a more authentic, self-sustaining way, with debris realistically damaging other parts of the environment as it falls, right? So we kind of talked about that. From what the directors and the game devs have said, they're looking for the feature to aim to provide more authentic and visually striking destruction by introducing new immersive physics, and it's a core part of the Season 8 update. So apparently this is being pushed pretty heavily with the update, and I can definitely see that. Like when you look at the trailers for the game, when I, for example, booted into the game for the first time once the update dropped, it really did highlight the destruction was the biggest focal point of the trailer, I would say. And it talks even a little bit about what it does. So it seems that they wanted to incorporate a more realistic collapsing framework, so structures fall in a more natural, weight-dependent manner rather than a pre-scripted event. And I don't feel like it was pre-scripted from the beginning, but it definitely feels like there's more weight behind the objects now. Like I spoke a little bit about the velocity when the crane falls, and I feel like that's part of what's going on here. They want to also have more immersive physics, so the falling debris interacts with the environment, right? Creates more engaging, visually impressive scenes. I've already seen that, and again, I feel like I've seen that a lot more in my new gameplay. And again, I might be biased just playing the new update, but it really does feel like that. Dynamic and sync destruction, all destruction is handled server side. What one player sees is the same for everyone on the server. So that makes sense to me. Enhanced environmental interaction. Players can continue to use destruction to their advantage, such as blowing out walls to create new sightlines or bring down entire buildings to change the map's layout. Obviously, we've seen that before. I do feel like adding this layer to it, it's going to add a whole new dynamic type of play to the gameplay. The gameplay is not so much going to be go behind cover here, shoot, move over, jump pad up, shoot. I mean, the finals was already extremely dynamic, and that's something that I completely love about the finals, is how dynamic and creative you can be with the fighting in the game. But I feel like this next level destruction is really going to incorporate a whole new dimension when it comes to the playing game space. Because now you're going to be able to completely destroy a building. It's going to completely topple over, destroy a completely other building. Maybe it can even flip upside down. I'm not sure how intense this can go, but I have seen clips where it gets pretty insane. And I previously thought that the old destruction was already crazy. Like the new one they just updated probably 2 months back. I already thought that was like the last update they were going to do for a while in terms of destruction. So it's kind of insane to see that they are adding a whole new level of destruction to the game that's coming out right now. So you guys can play it for yourself. Finals is a fantastic game. One thing I do wish they would add, personally, this is for me, is just adding a bit more wall running to the game, a bit more parkour to the game. That may be divisive. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm sure there's plenty of people that will say, nah, that's not what we need, or what have you. But I'm extremely excited to see this game expand in a bit more avenues that its strengths are in. And I think one of the strengths is parkour. We see a lot of movement in this game and a lot of free-flowing combat, which is especially exemplified by this new destruction mechanic. So I'm really excited to see what this is going to offer us. And again, I'm here to cover anything and everything about games in general. This game is a little bit different than what I've been doing, but please like and subscribe. I really love you guys, and I'm excited to share more and continue to grow with you. So we're here for the long run, and let me guys know what you think. All right. Okay, peace.